Hello there, YouTubers. Troz here. Continuing, well, what should be, hopefully, my, one of my final episodes here, for 0.22 Kerbal Space Program. Last time, we left off our Jool probes, or probe ship, on a course to intercept Laythe, where I will once again attempt a proper landing. Yeah, so that will be this probe up here. But after we do that, we will still have this main ship here with most of the scientific experiments, or all the scientific experiments still on it, but no parachute. But we can take that. I don't know. Still gonna have fuel. We may try to intercept Bop. Eeloo's also in the area, but that would take a lot more fuel to intercept. You can see we are actually a good distance. I mean, we're not going to escape it. In fact, the encounter here is actually going to lower our apoapsis from Jool. But, let's see what we can do anyway. So I actually have just thought of something, and it's actually gonna be a little risky, but I think I'm gonna try to do it. So let's go to it. Let's retract that panel. Let's extend that panel. Which we don't really need to do. This has these little small panels on it for power. And at this point, let's decouple. And it's floating away nicely. So we can probably safely extend that panel again. But at this point, I don't want to encounter Eeloo. I'm thinking I want to send this guy out from Jool. So I'm just trying to get an idea if I thrust more. Let's pop up this. Actually want to miss. Ooh. It's not really, I guess it's a few too many encounters to show the resulting orbit, but assuming going out in the same direction only will that use less fuel. Gives me a better chance of eventually getting over to Eeloo. So let's do that. So was that was that slowing down a bit? Yeah, that looks slowing down by 18 meters per second. All right, let's all right, we're way out of the way of the probe. Let's try that with RCS. See what we seems a little slow, but we have a ton of RCS here. Much more than we have fuel. Yeah, so it looks like maybe we're getting 0.2 meters per second per unit of RCS or so. So actually, it looks maybe even better than that, 0.3 meters per second. Alright, why is that? Alright. Kind of had to reorient. Apparently wasn't thrusting exactly on target, so it kind of turned in the direction we need to thrust. Now that's redirected. Pretty good. It's kind of sending us down, but I guess that's okay. This Eeloo's kind of in a wacky orbit there. I'm gonna call that good. So we're 2 kilometers now from the other probe. I want to switch to you. Okay, we're just gonna head back to the Space Center and use the tracking station to switch. Alright, we're gonna fly you. Let's pop open your resources. And actually the first thing we're gonna do is rename you to be Probe 4, and yeah, I'll leave you as a probe. Let's open those other solar panels here, and we want to get the periapsis here as low as possible, because we want to do some aerobraking. So I say add maneuver. Which way is going to kind of, hopefully that's the, yeah. Alright, I want to be, at least for now, just outside the atmosphere, which means about 60. Of course, that's hard to get. E70. That'll be good for now, and that's actually it's not a very large maneuver. So again, I'll do that with RCS. Looks like spin around here. Alright, that should be all lined up. So there's the actual current periapsis. Let's turn on RCS and thrust forward until we get this down to 60 or so. Oop. That's pretty darn good. Let's turn off RCS. Oh, okay. Well, I just noticed model propellant was down. That's probably been from all the uses. Should have transferred some over before we undocked, but we'll be fine. Won't be using too much RCS except for the actual landing, if we actually even get that far. Okay. So at this point, I want to well, we got 2 days, it looks like. You to pop up. Oh well. I'll just set a maneuver there. So I have a countdown. Let's time warp in. You see the moons orbiting Jool. I think that's the one we're aiming for. Yep, looks like that. We should hit it the next time around. Alright, we and our launcher ship, are just about to pass Vol's orbit, and gonna try to, for the third time, get captured by Laythe, and try to land. Looks like we'll be coming in a bit high, but that doesn't concern me at the moment. I just want to make sure I get a decent aerobrake. I don't see the launcher ship, but it's ways off by now. A little behind us, actually. Alright, let's prepare for this encounter. I have the aerobraking calculator open, so once we get in Laythe's sphere of influence, I want to run that and adjust my periapsis so that we wind up in a orbit Alright, we are just about a minute away. Let's see how we're doing over here. Oh, and we're already we are not doing good over here. We are going to crash. Well, that's not good. So that will get us to leave Jool, but it'll also get us to leave the solar system. Oh, come on. Why does that keep collapsing? Alright, we're gonna go with that for now. Back down a little so we don't overheat the engines. And we'll see how this works out. Mainly, I just want to not hit the atmosphere, because that would be bad. Now, we're still going to have some fuel left, but not that much. That should be good. Let's switch back here. Our altitude is approximately 26,000 kilometers. Our current periapsis is 81,722. And that's meters. 81,722. Our orbital velocity is 34,1415. 34,15. I want to apoapsis just outside the atmosphere, so let's say 70, because I believe the atmosphere goes up to approximately 55. So we want to get our periapsis at, looks like 20,320. Alright. And we want to do that without changing our forward velocity. And not sure how to read this. The calculator is saying I should only need to thrust 8 meters per second if I do it at the correct angle, but I'm not really sure how to do it. Thought it would be... Oh. You know, let's stick... How did you jump over there? Alright, I'm just going to thrust in this direction and watch my periapsis. Well, I guess it helps if I... enable my engine. I'm going to be a little safe, maybe come out a little high, but let's say 20,400. The current fuel and burn time, that's not even correct because I just wanted to get the direction proper. So that's probably going to flip around here in a second, but that's okay. Let's get that going. Alright, let's ease it down. That should be plenty. And that didn't really use up much fuel at all. Alright, so we have 8 minutes. Let's get the ship ready. I want to point engine first. Looks nice. And want to time warp till about 100 kilometers. And then I want to close up the solar panels to prevent damage. Well, alright, we're still sun exposed. But in a few seconds, we won't be anymore. Alright, I'm going to close up the panels. I said I am going to... Well, that didn't work. Let's finally retract them. Alright, we're a minute away. And hopefully we are still on track. And the launcher seems to be doing well. He's past the danger point. Alright, we should be hitting the atmosphere. Seismic, I want to know what's coming. want you. I want you work. Alright, we are heading up and out. And we are just about to achieve orbit. That's great. Can't use the atmospheric analysis for some reason. Look at that. Alright, we are still in atmosphere, but we are very much in the thin part. Yeah, there's nothing much we can see here. This looks to be just about perfect. Yeah, it's still dropping, but you know, I put the planned in at 70, but I went a little high just to be safe because 70 is really just on the edge. So if that's 120, it's gonna be awesome. From there, I can just raise my periaps up. And wait until we orbit over a nice piece of land, like that actually. And attempt to land there. Not quite out of the atmosphere, but getting there. This is still dropping. So I can stop dropping, and we should be exiting the atmosphere. I think 52 or 53 is the limit. As we currently orbit, that does look like a really nice place to land. I do want to shoot far though, because we are going to come through a lot of atmosphere again. I'm just going to do a quick save here. And extend those solar panels. And do this burn. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it a little longer than that, even. You know, maybe not. Atmosphere is going to slow us down, but we're going to be coming down rather straight, I think. I want to put the gear down now. And we still have plenty of fuel, and this time I want to use up, well, let's see, 90% of the fuel before I pop the parachutes. Because I want to be going as slow as possible when the parachute's fully open. Alright. Going down 70... 60, 50, can we close the panels? Let's turn off RCS for, well, let's not turn off RCS for the moment. Let's get turning off RCS. Alright, we are going long. Let me... load up as much before the parachutes open. Yeah, I think they're going to open soon. Okay. We did not come apart. Success. We now just have to turn on SAS and RCS. I don't want to tip over, so I want to use the RCS to stabilize us. It does look like we're going to be on a bit of a slope. Like to slow us down a little too. Might be okay slope-wise though. Okay. We have landed. Should have done... wanted to do atmosphere as we were coming in. Let's open those panels. So we are on the sunny side. For now, at least. We won't have great exposure, but yeah, it's not bad at all. Just gonna wait for this to transmit and then do something we haven't been able to do yet. Goo and materials bay from the surface. We observe the goo. Fine particulate sand of Laythe blows into the sample bay. For 350 total science, we're going to get about 70 out of that. Did actually land, so I think this deserves a change of status to actual lander. It did not come apart. I can spam science later, though. Let's see what happened with our probe launcher, though. On trajectory out of Laythe. So it's still flying around Laythe. Oh, it's, wow. It's like it's mere seconds from, leaving Laythe's influence. It is headed out there. Let's see what this does. How much do we have to slow down? That's quite a lot. Let's see if we can do something about that. So if you've watched any of Scott Manley's videos, you've probably heard him mention the Oberth effect at some point. And that's an effect that causes thrusting while you're going faster to have a greater effect than when you're going slower. So basically what that means is, while we're passing Jool here, we'll be going very fast. And you saw before, I needed like 1,800 meters per second. But if I thrust while close to Jool, basically at Jool periapsis, now this is not the exact same orbit. You can see that the delta V is only 310. And that's quite the savings, obviously. Won't do anything for us. Wondering why that just shows up there. Yeah, so at this point I don't really have a plan. I was hoping we would, just by crossing, we would get a decent intercept at some point. But, you know, obviously I can see that we're not on the correct inclination. Our orbit is, well, Eeloo's orbit is highly angled. So because our orbit isn't at the same angle, it's hard to get intercepts. If we do something like that, though, once we do something like that, though, if we go back here, now, then at least in an orbit or two. Whoa! Alright, we're going to encounter Jool again if we do that. What was that? Hoping that's just not another encounter with Jool. It just happened so briefly. Oh. If I'm reading this, we escaped Jool. But then we, I guess, orbit near here, and we re-encounter Jool, which would be on the red. And then if, yeah, we'll leave it again. And then we're either on the green or the blue, I guess, depending on this maneuver. Alright, none of that gets us. It's way too far out to get a close intercept. I'm going to try that maneuver, and then we'll call it an episode. Let's if I cancel you. Oh. Alright, that looks okay. That'll get us out of Jool. But it'll probably be a few years. Well, if we can't go to... Alright, that will be a few years. That's sort of the problem. How about Bob? Actually, let's cancel that. It's always more efficient in terms of amount of thrust needed to make maneuvers when you're further from the body. At least that way, we can get a potential intercept. And we stay in the Jool system, we can do some more science. Just hope we have the 615 meters per second. I think we do. We're pretty light at this point without much fuel, but we're still decently sized here. So we've just passed Laythe. Attempting to get a boost out, but didn't work out. Well, we're already ahead of Eeloo, and that's the problem. We're shorter, in a smaller, lower orbit, which is a faster orbit than it already. So any attempt to go out will wind up ahead of it. So let's time warp in. Ooh. And it's going to be a minute and a half burn, so we're going to start about 45 seconds. Alright. Start. Definitely does look like we're going to have the fuel, but we're not going to have too much left afterwards. Engines are a little overheat, but looks pretty good. Eek. It's actually not entirely in the right spot. Oh, maybe it is. No, I'm just looking at things here. If you do want to change our inclination to match Bop's. Yeah, we're gonna need we're going to need about 200 meters per second of delta V. We probably only have 100 meters per second left. Wish this would tell you more than one orbit around encounters. 'Cause within changing, that's like 15 meters per second, we swung this all the way down, and I don't know my orbital period in relation. Yeah, I would like to say, hey, at this particular point, you'll have an encounter in 5 orbits, and I'd say, great, but I don't know what that is exactly. Anyway, I think I'll leave this next maneuver for next time, if there is a next time. I think there'll be a next time. I want to do something with this. The concerns here, low fuel. The solution for that, and sort of how this was planned, is we got a separator here. So once we're totally out of fuel here, we can let this bottom part go. That leaves us with the top part. Fewer solar panels, but we have 2,000 charged batteries on this probe, and a whole lot of RCS for maneuvering and landing. I'm not really sure of Bop's gravity. I know it's pretty low. I'm hoping it's low enough that we could do an RCS powered landing, because we won't have any thrust. We do have this nice big base here. We got some RCS thrusters along the bottom of it to act as engines, and these are all RCS fuel. We have basically 80% of our RCS since we lifted off from Kerbal left. So we'll see how that goes. We do have a copy of all the science instruments. So I'll see you next time, and see how we can do with trying to get an encounter with Bop, and then we'll have flown past at least every satellite of Jool. See you then. Thanks for watching.